Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we're diving into a really interesting topic, the major differences in how students study in Korea and in the United States.
Hi everyone! I grew up in Korea, so I know this very well. Studying in Korea is no joke. Personally, I think it's much more intense compared to the US, and I'm excited to talk about it today.
Me too. Let's start with the first difference, study time and intensity. In the US, most students finish school around 3 p.m. and spend about 45 minutes on homework.
Oh, really? So, what time do they finish studying for the day?
Well, if they finish their homework right away, then by around 5 p.m., they're usually done studying.
Oh, that is quite early. What do they do after studying?
Well, after perhaps a few chores, they have the rest of the evening free to enjoy activities like sports, hanging out with friends, or simply relaxing.
That sounds really relaxing. We have a private education system called 학원. From elementary school all the way through high school, most students go to 학원s after school. Elementary students usually attend 2 or 3 학원s, but those who also take arts or sports lessons may go to as many as 5 or 6. Middle and high school students also go to at least 1 or 2 학원s.
Wow, that's a lot of studying after school. So, what time do they finish?
So kids usually study until 10 p.m., sometimes even later. Some high schoolers study more than 12 hours a day.
Wow, sounds like those students really have self-discipline and are very hard workers.
Yes, another big difference is the learning style. In Korea, memorization is extremely important.
Oh, really? Why is it so important?
To do well on exams, you need to memorize accurately, so students review all the questions again and again to prepare for midterm and finals.
Oh, I see. But in the US, the focus is more on understanding concepts, not just memorizing facts.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
Students try to understand the why and how, not just the right answer.
Oh, wow. So, can you share any examples of American-style education?
Sure, I can do that. Students do a lot of group projects, as an example, where they work in small teams to research something, solve a problem, or build a presentation. It's not just about getting the answer, it's about learning to think creatively and work together. Class discussions are another thing they do. The teacher might ask, "Why do you think this happened?" or "What's your opinion?" And students then share their thoughts. There isn't just one right answer, it's more open. And students also do presentations where they stand in front of the class and explain something they learned. It helps with communication and confidence.
Oh, so I have a question. Do American students not have to memorize things for school?
Well, not exactly. Students do memorize some things, like math facts, vocabulary, or key dates in history, but usually just the basics. The main goal is to use that knowledge to solve problems or explain ideas. So overall, it's less about memorizing the textbook and more about critical thinking, like asking questions, looking deeper, and thinking for yourself.
Exactly. That's such an important point. At the heart of good education, studying is not just about passing exams. It's really about helping kids develop their own ability to think.
Yes, I agree. Thinking ability is very important. Does Korea have anything similar in its education system?
Yes, in recent years, Korea has started to use something called performance assessments, where students do group projects, discussions, and presentations. But in the end, the majority of a student's grade still depends on midterm and final exam score.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure since they do all that memorization, it really helps them get good at it. Now let's move on to the next difference, student pressure. You see, in the US, college admissions look at a mix of things: grades, test scores, essays, extracurricular activities, even personal stories. So because of that, when students apply to college or are preparing for college, the pressure is more spread out.
Oh, more spread out? What do you mean?
Well, if test scores aren't great, a strong GPA or essay can help balance it out. Some colleges don't even require test scores anymore, so we can see the pressure is more spread out.
Wow, that is so interesting. But in Korea, everything comes down to one exam, the CSAT.
Really? Why is that exam so important?
Because that single test decides which university you can attend.
One test. Wow. So understandably, that could be a lot of pressure.
Yes, the pressure is enormous, and it shapes the entire study culture. For many students, studying is almost entirely about preparing for that one test.
Wow, I can understand now. Well, working well under pressure is very important. Sounds like they do a good job at it. Moving on, the fourth difference is balance with other activities. In the US, students often spend time after school doing other activities,
Oh, really? Like what?
like sports, music, theater, debate, or joining various clubs, things like this.
Why do they spend their time doing those activities?
You see, schools encourage this because they know it helps students develop important skills like teamwork, leadership, and time management. These activities also give students a chance to relax, make friends, and take a break from studying. Many students say this balance helps them stay motivated and less stressed. In the US, there's a real culture of balancing academics with other parts of life, and that balance is seen as part of what prepares students for the future.
Wow, it will be really good opportunity to prepare for the future. But in Korea, studying takes up almost everything.
Oh, you mean students don't engage in after-school activities?
Well, schools do have clubs, but often students join not out of genuine interest, but because schools gives extra points for participation. It feels contradictory, doesn't it? As a result, many kids have very little time for hobbies, sports, or even socializing with friends.
I understand the situation. It seems like, though, that they learn how to work very hard, and that's good. Well, now let's review. Today we've covered 4 major differences in how students study in Korea and in the United States. They were study time, learning style, study pressure, and balance with other activities.
Exactly. Both systems have their strengths and weaknesses, but they definitely give students very different experiences. Personally, I think Korea could improve if education didn't focus so heavily on grades and the CSAT.
That's a great point. Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time. Bye.